I've never slept with a woman before, and I've never really kissed a woman before besides my mother and my grandmother.
Do you remember when you turned 18, where we went?
Oh, no way.
Yep, we're going back there, the sex shop. Yep.
I didn't want to mention this, Mom, but I might end up staying longer.
No.
A super involved mum, 24/7 video camera feeds, a girlfriend that might be a scammer, and a guy that's never even kissed a girl before. This might be the perfect recipe for 90 Day Fiancé drama. Yeah, I have a feeling that Forrest and his girlfriend Sheena are gonna be a very interesting couple. So let's rewind to the start and meet Forrest.
Don't burn the eggs like last time.
Don't worry, this isn't some kind of horror movie, and Forrest isn't being held captive in some sort of Truman Show experiment. Instead, this is just a couple who have an interesting way of staying connected. You see, Forrest has willingly installed security cameras all over his house with a live feed that his girlfriend Sheena can watch all day long.
To me, it actually comforts me and makes me feel a lot better just knowing that she's always there. What if I fall over and nobody can see, or I can't get to anybody?
I mean, he might find it comforting, but I think it's weird. It's kind of like a more extreme version of Brandon and Mary. Actually, speaking of which, if you missed my last video about Brandon and Mary and what they're up to now, I'll include a link to that at the end of this video. Their story got even more insane after they finished the show. But getting back to Forrest, apparently he and his girlfriend Sheena have been dating for 7 years. Yeah, 7 years, but they're yet to meet. It's all been virtual. Now, because Sheena, like Mary, also comes from the Philippines, Forrest has decided to completely adjust his own life so that he lives on Filipino time, meaning he and Sheena get to quote-unquote spend more time together. And part of that time also involves sexy time.
I got to see everything she had, beautiful curves and everything. Oh, just imagining it just makes my heart flutter. And, sorry guys.
Okay, so I guess he is really, really into her. It makes sense that after 7 years together, he wants to finally meet in person. But, as it just so happens, Forrest won't be going to the Philippines alone. You see, his mother and stepfather will be accompanying him on this trip. Now, we'll come back to why that is in a second. But today, in a bid to help him prepare for the trip ahead, his mum is coming round and taking him on a surprise shopping trip. So where is it they're going?
Do you remember when you turned 18, where we went?
Oh, no way.
Yep, we're going back there, the sex shop. Yep.
Yeah, you heard that right. His mum wants to take Forrest to find something special for Sheena at a sex shop. I mean, talk about awkward and uncomfortable. But this isn't even the first time they're going sex shop shopping together. The first time was when he first turned 18. Why did she take him there? Well, she says it was so that he would, quote, stay out of her stash, which you've got to say is, again, unbelievably awkward. Or at least it's awkward for everyone except for Forrest, it seems.
For many other people, I think it would be awkward to go to a sex shop with their mothers. But besides Sheena, my mom is my best friend. She's very caring, very loving.
So Forrest is a mummy's boy. I mean, again, there seems to be all sorts of parallels here, doesn't there? You've obviously got the Mary and Brandon 24/7 surveillance parallel, and now we're getting the whole mama's boy dynamic too. You know, prime Colty and Debbie, or Brandon and Betty. Heck, even Clayton and his mum in the closet. I mean, it's a tried and tested storyline at this point. And yet, despite that, somehow something tells me that Forrest and his mum might be the wildest of the lot. So why is it that Molly and Forrest are so close? Well, Forrest shares, and you may have figured it out by now, but Forrest is neurodivergent. He apparently has autism and ADHD. He says he often finds it hard to relate to other people. And in fact, it was thanks to his mum that he even found Sheena in the first place. You see, apparently his mum added him to a social media group for people like him. And it was in that group that he and Sheena began to form their relationship. But for as happy as his mum is that he's in a relationship, she's also super worried.
I know they love each other. I've never seen my son happier, and I don't want him to lose that.
But I would have an issue with Forrest going if I wasn't going.
Yet she admits that she doesn't trust Sheena or her family, and we'll soon see why. But for now, they arrive at the sex shop and begin their search for lingerie for Sheena. Now, Forrest is very excited at the prospect of having a physical relationship. Like, this will be his first ever time. In fact, the first for both he and Sheena.
I've never slept with a woman before, and I've never really kissed a woman before besides my mother and my grandmother. I don't think that counts.
No, that definitely doesn't count, Forrest. Now, again, Forrest explains that Sheena is also a virgin. This is uncharted territory for both of them, and they're both very excited, he says. Like, they're both very acquainted with doing things virtually online. That they've got no problems with. So they're both hoping that taking the leap and doing it for real in person will be just as enjoyable. Now, hearing him talking like this, again, it's so awkward, but his mum is happy for him. She's happy, but also very worried. So, why?
There's something fishy going on with her parents.
I'm looking past the parents.
Forrest, you can't look past the parents. They're scammers.
Now, the reason why Molly's spider senses are tingling, why she thinks Sheena's parents might be scammers, seems to centre around a bank account. Apparently, Sheena had a bank account where she was saving money for her future with Forrest. Now, we have been told that Sheena works, so presumably this was her own money. Like, this wasn't a joint account that was being funded by Forrest. But either way, despite the fact that the money was meant to be for Forrest and Sheena's future together, Sheena apparently added her parents to the bank account, and they completely cleared out her money. This apparently happened twice. That's why Molly and Forrest both think that something suspicious might be going on with Sheena's parents. So imagine Molly's shock then, when Forrest reveals to her that he is planning on maybe staying for longer in the Philippines than he first told her.
I didn't want to mention this, Mom, but I might end up staying longer.
No.
Forrest tells his mum that Sheena is apparently struggling to start the visa process alone. He wants to stay in order to help her with the process, so that way she can get away from her parents even quicker and they can start their new lives together alone. Now, while that might make sense to Forrest in his mind, his mum isn't impressed at all. She's worried that alone in the Philippines without her or her husband to protect Forrest, Sheena's family might end up taking advantage of him.
This is bull malarkey. It's total bull malarkey. Who suggested you staying over there longer? Who?
Me and Sheena talked about it briefly.
Now, Forrest maintains that his plan makes perfect sense. Me staying is going to mean I'm together in person with my girlfriend for longer, which is a good thing, and I can help her with her visa application so that she can come to the States and be with me forever. Like, in his mind, he thinks he's saving Sheena from her parents. In fact, he's so sure that this is the best course of action for both of them, that nothing his mum can say will change his mind.
I'm not surprised at my mom's reaction, but she does not have that control over me. I am an adult, I am my own man, and I will make my own path.
Look, this is, in a way, refreshing to see. Regardless of how close Forrest is to his mum, ultimately, he's his own man, and it's good that he's willing to stand up to his mum. But the problem is, Molly is convinced that Forrest isn't the one making these choices. She thinks Sheena and her family might be manipulating Forrest. They might be pulling the strings or doing everything in their power to get him in the Philippines alone in order to take advantage of him.
When the nookie scene gets into it, Forrest, then all bets are off, because once you have had that, I know you're going to even be more that you're not going to want to leave that.
Yeah, I mean, for as awkward as it is his mum saying that, it is a valid concern. What would happen, for example, if Sheena were to have her visa application rejected? If Forrest is madly in love with her, could there be a world where he moves to the Philippines? Now, on that topic, it does bring into question, what exactly does Forrest do for employment? How does he make his money? We know this is a guy that lives on Filipino time while he lives in the States, so he definitely doesn't work a 9 to 5. How is it that he plans on dropping everything and staying in the Philippines for an extended period of time? How's that possible? Could it be, is it his mum that's funding his life? Is that why she feels like she has a say in his decisions? Now, for the time being, we don't have answers to those questions yet. But his mum does reveal another bit of vital information that helps explain why she's so worried leaving Forrest behind in the Philippines.
The last time he was left to his own devices, before he met Sheena, Forrest was scammed by a girl in Indonesia. He was sending her all of his money.
So let me get this straight. Forrest has a track record of being scammed. He sent his last girlfriend all his money. And his current girlfriend's parents have a track record of taking money that isn't theirs. Yeah, I can see why his mum is concerned. Yes, Forrest is an adult, he's 32 years old, but clearly he needs some kind of help in these types of situations. Now, keep in mind, there is two sides to every story. We haven't yet met Sheena or her family, so it is going to be very interesting to see what the dynamic is there and what exactly awaits Forrest and his family when they set foot in the Philippines. Yeah, very interesting indeed. Interesting, and I also have the feeling it's going to be very fun to watch.